Conditionals or conditional clauses. We said before that conditional clauses consist of if clause and the main clause. And we said the if clause, which is the clause that contains the if, and the main clause is the clause that contains the result of the if clause. We have four types of conditionals: type 0, type 1, type 2, and type 3. Type 0 is used for facts or things that are always true. The structure of zero conditional sentence is if clause with the main clause, where you have to use present simple in both. Example, here, look at this example. If you heat water to 100 degrees, it boils. Another example, if you cool water, comma, it freezes. So as you can see here, we used present simple in the if clause and we used present simple in the result. Okay, now what if you want to flip it and use the main clause before the if clause? You have to change the pronoun into the noun itself. Water freezes if you cool it. Now here, what happened? If you look at the sentence, you'll find out that I flipped, or I used, or I put the main clause at the beginning. Then I used the if clause. I removed the comma. I changed the pronouns from it. I changed the pronoun from it into the real pronoun, which is water, and I reverse it here in the if clause. Good. So this is if clause. Again, if clause consists of if with the subject, and you have to use simple present. Subject, simple present. This is the main clause or the result of the if clause. Now here we have an exercise. Rewrite the following sentences using zero conditional clauses. My daughter eat too much chocolate, she gets sick. Here we have to use it in zero conditional because the question asked us to do it. So let's do it. Let me erase this. So if my daughter eats, if my daughter eats, here we have to use present simple. If my daughter eats too much, we have to use comma here. She gets sick, we used present simple again. Okay, good. Next one, which is type 1. Now, what is type 1? Type 1 is used if you want to tell the result in the future, or you think that it might happen in the future, but you are not sure because it has more than one result. An example of it: if you study hard, you will pass the test. Here, the result, you will pass the test, it's not necessary to apply on each student. No, many students study hard, but they fail in the test. So this is an example of that the result, or it has more than one result. Another example: if you run, you will get tired. Now here is another example of type 1. You will get tired. This is the result of the if clause. Now if you look at it here, we used the future well. Why do we use future here? To show you that it might happen, or it might not happen. It depends on the result itself, or it depends on the situations, or it has more than one variable. This is why. Because you know, if you run, me as Ustad Abdul Rahman, I will get tired. But maybe for another one, he will not get tired. So the meaning here is the same, but the result is different from a person to another. Another example using can. If you have money, you can buy a house. So again, here we used future result for the if clause. As you can see here, it has more than one result. Now for the structure for type 1, if you look at the if clause here consists of present simple, and the main clause consists of future. You can use will, you can use can, you can use may. This is the structure again. If plus subject plus simple present, and the main clause subject plus will plus may plus can, and the base form or the bare infinitive that we learned before. Now, if you want to use unless, here we have unless. It's used only in type 1. Here, let me give you an example, the usage of unless. If you don't study, comma, you won't pass the exam. So here I want to use the unless instead of if not in this sentence. If you don't study, you won't pass the exam. Whereas the if not I'm talking about, this is the if and this is the not. Here we use the negation don't because this is a present simple. So let me change it for you. Unless you study, comma, you won't pass the exam. Here I have to fix it. Hold on. This one I have to add an apostrophe. Good. Sorry, this is not apostrophe. This is the apostrophe, I think. Oh, okay, it's okay, guys. Let me fix it here. Good. So the structure again for type 1, if plus subject plus simple present verb 1, and the main clause consists of subject plus will plus or may or can plus bare infinitive. This is for unless. We can use, instead of if, we can use provided, providing, as long as, so long as. Here, by the way, provided, providing, each one refers to another thing, but you are not taking it at this stage. Maybe next year at grade 8 or grade 9. Now here we have an exercise using the exercise in, I think, type 1. Yes, it's type 1. We have to change the if clause here using unless. Now I told you that we use unless instead of if and what and not. So unless you come with us, unless you come with us, here you have to use the comma, because I told you if you want to start with the if clause you have to put a comma before the main clause. Unless you come with us, you will stay home. Good. You have to do the same thing with here, but here you have to change it from unless and use if instead. Here you have to use if, the subject, the negation. If you don't buy a ticket, Dad, you can't win the lottery. Okay, and here we have an exercise. You have to do it, and the answers are on the school portal. You can use it, you can download it. Okay, next video will be about conditional type 2 and 3.